Alright guys, welcome back to Nick and Joe's Film Room, and today we have another video. Um we have episode 5 of today we're doing AFC's most underrated players. Um I think the NFC went pretty good. I think we had some really good picks. You guys probably liked who we picked, so we're gonna give you guys our picks for the AFC. We'll start with the Patriots.
So we think the most underrated player in the Patriots actually J.C. Jackson.
This was kind of hard to find. We put Devin McCourty first, but we knew he wasn't that underrated. I mean, he's actually pretty highly rated. So I think it's J.C. Jackson. I mean, I didn't even know that he had 5 picks last year. No clue. I
He
mean,
was actually, I think he was actually like a top corner, low key,
that's crazy. I mean,
but he
I
gets
mean,
overshadowed by Gilmore, obviously.
yeah, the 10 pass deflections, and I mean, he's definitely. I mean, he's a second corner. He could definitely be a second corner, and he only
Yeah,
started 6 games this year. Wait, what? He only
I think
started,
because I think because Jason McCourty technically started more, but
but
he still, I think he still was better than him.
I think he played snaps though, right?
Yeah, I guess I think like game starters mean like the first play of the game or
Yeah,
somehow.
probably. I don't know, but I mean, he went to a couple different colleges. It looks like I think 3. Went to Maryland, Riverside, and then Florida. Or I think Florida, Riverside, then Maryland.
I
I mean,
mean,
yeah. I mean, my guy's a Super Bowl champion, so I guess that makes him underrated.
yeah, what do you get that his rookie year? I think too.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he'll get 10 career picks this year. Um, and yeah, I mean, the Patriots secondary is still really good. So, all right. So for the Buffalo Bills, our next team, we have Jordan Poyer. Definitely a probably like the 10th or ninth safety in the league. He's definitely very underrated. I think that's a very good place to put him right, Nick. Probably 10th or ninth. You could
Hmm?
definitely slip into the top 10 in safety
Oh
rankings, I feel
yeah,
like.
nobody talks about him, but
Nobody talks about him, though. He's
number
not,
wise, he definitely is like
yeah, I mean,
borderline top
just
10.
scroll down to his stats. I mean, yeah, I mean, oh my, 107 tackles. Gee, right?
Yeah, last year he had a lot of tackles. The picks went down a bit. I mean, he still had three forced fumbles, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think picks by a safety is very hard to do. I mean, the ball is not ever coming thrown to you because you're usually, I mean, was Poyer really in man coverage that much?
Not as much.
Yeah, and usually the strong safety is like never in man coverage. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, he was definitely an underrated player on that defense. He got overshadowed. I mean, I guess usually got overshadowed by White and stuff and like Micah Hyde. Well, he was definitely a really good
Yeah,
player.
I mean, he was definitely a reason why the Bills are like a top three defense. And just look at that 2017 season.
I mean, he was going crazy that season.
Five picks, 13 pass deflection. I mean, nobody talked about that season too. Really, he didn't even make the Pro Bowl. He still hasn't, which is
I
kind of mind
mean,
blowing.
yeah, that was a really good season. I mean, he's been in the league for a while too, actually. I mean, 7 years.
Yeah, so you know what? Keep sleeping on him.
All right, so next we got Devontae Parker on the Miami Marlins. Um, Not much to say about it. I mean, his stats from last year. Go down, Nick.
Yeah,
He had
let's look at this.
1,200 yards, 17 yards per reception, 9 touchdowns. I think he actually had the best second half of the season by like any wide receiver. Um,
Yeah,
0 fumbles. I mean, wide receivers don't really fumble that much, but still 0 fumbles.
and this is all playing with Fitzpatrick,
And yeah, I mean, we're not roasting Fitzpatrick, but he's not the brightest.
and also like
Um,
he was like exposing like top corners
Yeah,
too.
like he exposed Gilmore. I think he exposed White a little bit too, like 9 receptions, 100 plus
I mean,
yards, something.
yeah,
I mean, Devontae is good. I mean, he's very underrated. I mean, he's a number 1 receiver.
yeah. Like I think they were talking like last year before the season, like they wanted to trade him too, because like if you see the years before, he wasn't that great, but last year he's proved
My
why
guy,
they should
my
keep
guy's
him.
he's top 5. He's the 5th best receiver in the league. I'm putting it out
Uh,
there. He edged into my top 5. I mean,
Maybe
maybe
top 10.
actually, yeah, no, maybe top 10. I'm not gonna gas him up that high. I mean, if the catch percentage was a little better, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's got to get this higher.
you even see the yards per game went up so much. Just
Yeah,
his everything went up.
definitely his best year he might ever have.
All right, so for the New York Jets, we have Jordan Jenkins. Definitely a part of the defense that didn't get talked about. I think they were like the ninth ranked defense at the end of the year, and I think just like overall defense, they were like the ninth ranked. Definitely Jordan Jenkins played a part in that and the amount of sacks he gets. I mean, the Jets have not had a sack guy like this in a while. I know his like 8 sacks isn't a lot, but he might get 10 next year, honestly. I mean, he's signed to a 1 year deal. They haven't had a guy like this in a while. So yeah.
He's gonna get 13 QB hits. I mean, I guess yeah.
I mean, you could even see his jump from like, because like the new defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, came in 2018, and you could see he went from 3 sacks to 7 sacks to 8 sacks. Like, I mean,
Yeah, they
I
need
love
him
the
because the Jets don't really have like a good pass rusher right
yeah.
now.
I mean,
It was supposed to be Leonard Williams, but that didn't end up good.
yeah, they got traded for a 4th round pick, and we used that 4th round pick on like a quarterback, I think.
Yikes.
No, we used it on was it a quarterback? I don't know.
I mean, and also 2 forced fumbles. I mean,
Yeah, and I mean 3 pass deflections, so he gets his. I mean, he's an edge rusher. I don't think he ever dropped back into pass really. He's an edge rusher. So I mean, definitely Greg Williams used him in 9 tackle for loss. He used him a lot this year off the edge, and he's definitely really good like that.
probably was a big reason why they were a top run defense too.
Yeah, probably. Definitely that pass D just. I mean, I think we're like 19th ranked pass D or something.
I mean, at least they got Ashton now.
Okay, after seeing this guy's stats, he's definitely top 10 defensive end in the league, and I mean he had a little buzz this offseason in Matthew Judon. Let's just look at his stats. I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
like nine and a half.
okay, so we have 4 forced fumbles, pretty
Yeah,
much 10 sacks, 54 tackles, and the biggest part is not even up yet.
14 tackles for loss, and then 33 QB hits.
So that means my guy is killing your QB at least twice a game, literally
He's just like
demolishing your
exposing
quarterback.
O lines.
That is just one scary stat. I mean,
Yeah,
30. I've never seen that many QB hits. I really have never.
I feel like Matthew Judon's like so underrated. Like he's a really good like pass rusher, but I feel like he's just not in like the conversation of like top ones because like everyone talks about the big name guys.
Yeah, I mean, not many people look at QB hits either. I feel like,
Yeah,
but
kind of
that's
like
definitely
how kind of like last week we talked about Shaq Barrett.
yeah. Like Shaq Barrett, like I mean, he got snubbed. That's the only reason I think we put him there.
And
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he had around the same QB hits as Judon, and Judon only had 9.5 sacks.
yeah. I mean, if he's killing your QB and making the ball rush out, I mean, I can guarantee you off the top of my head, I'm just guessing that that made Marcus Peters get at least one of his interceptions because Matthew Judon rushed the quarterback. I'm just guessing that he overthrew it. I'm taking a random guess, but I'm probably right.
Yeah, you can rush him every time with that secondary in Baltimore.
I mean, yeah, this guy's insane. All right, so for the Pittsburgh series, we got Bud Dupree. Definitely TJ Watt stole the show from him, like stole all the buzz around him. But I mean, if you look at his stats, he was, I mean, kind of similar to Watt. Obviously, Watt was a little better, but 3 pass deflections as a defensive end, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 12 sacks, 70 tackles, which is pretty good, and then 17 QB hits and 16 tackle for loss.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
it just seems like he does like everything on the field.
yeah, that Pittsburgh defense is insane. With what you got, Watt, you got Dupree,
Dupree
and then
on
you
one
got
side and then Watt on
Minka.
the other.
I mean, that's one scary defense.
He ran out a pick six last year.
He did. I mean, yeah, Bud. Which team? I swear I remember watching that. I don't know what team it was versus.
Yeah,
Definitely.
look how much he improved his sacks last year, though.
Yeah. Oh,
He doubled it.
he had a big uprising definitely last year. For the Cleveland Browns, we got my guy Larry Ogunjobi. I said it right. Um, yeah, I feel like the Browns have a pretty good defense. I mean, this year it's more stacked than usual with the addition of Grant Delpit and they already had Ward there and Myles Garrett not being suspended. And then you got that defensive tackle, Larry. And I mean, looking at his stats, I feel like he just wasn't that talked about. He's like in everyone's eyes, he's a mid-tiered defensive tackle.
Yeah, I feel like nobody really talks about defensive tackles as much.
Well, yeah, I mean, 10 tackle for loss for a defensive tackle is pretty good because you're usually getting double teamed by someone. So, I mean, to break
Yeah.
off that double team 10 times and get a tackle for loss is pretty good.
And even 6 sacks for defensive tackles, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I mean,
13 QB hits.
he definitely kills quarterbacks sometimes.
He's look how consistent he is from 2018 to 19 too. Almost identical stats.
Literally, yeah. I mean,
So you know what you're getting from Ogunjobi every
I mean,
season.
okay, I think Ogunjobi for MVP this year. All right, so now for the Cincinnati Bengals, we have a top 10 receiver in Tyler Boyd. Yes, I said top 10. I think he is very consistent over the past 2 seasons with a quarterback who was not that good. And his stats even show for it, honestly. Um, I mean,
Back to back 1,000 yard seasons
the
with
Andy
Andy
Dalton
Dalton.
is not good. He's not. I mean, he's mediocre at best. I mean, how many touchdowns? He had 5 touchdowns, which is not that much, but I mean, a 1,000 yard season with that man at QB. I mean, it's not bad.
And he's not used to being like the number one receiver. And that's what he
Exactly.
was all last year. And
I
a
mean,
thousand yards is like not bad.
he could slip into. I mean, yeah, because AJ Green's usually there. I mean,
Yeah,
he'd be a goated number like 2.
he had to go against the top corners on like the Steelers and Ravens twice a year last season too. So like
How it
60
would.
60% catch. I mean, it's his lowest of his career, but since he had so many
I
targets,
mean, now he has a better QB.
yeah, Joe Burrow's gonna make him go up to
I
1,300
mean,
yards.
I don't know how good Joe Burrow would be in his first season.
I mean, if AJ Green's not as healthy again, then Boyd's going for 1,300 plus.
Whoa, whoa, too much dip on your chip, man.
Don't add.
I mean, maybe like 2. Wait, has a receiver ever hit 2K?
Uh, I don't think so.
I have a feeling a receiver is gonna hit 2K this year.
That's for another video.
I'm saying if a receiver is gonna hit 2K, it's Tyler Boyd, next player. This next guy on the Houston Texans is definitely a tackle machine in Zach Cunningham. He's definitely a very big guy in 6'3", 238. This might come as a surprise to Texans fans, 100%. But just scroll down. He's 142 tackles and 100 solo tackles. Um, I mean, he's just your tackle machine. I mean,
Yeah, 2 fumble recoveries. You know, he could jump for the ball when it's loose.
I mean,
Couple
7.
QB hits.
I mean, yeah, but he only blitzed twice. I think he's not really
Yeah,
the guy they bring. He's 7 tackle for loss too. So I mean, the 142 tackles just blows my mind. That's a lot, but that's a lot for a
yeah.
linebacker. That
And he's an
honestly,
outside linebacker.
that honestly might have almost led the league in tackles. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it might have.
Yeah, that definitely was top 10.
100% top. For the Tennessee Titans, we have one of their linebackers. Definitely, I mean, their defense was it. They didn't have a top defense, right? Did they?
Not really.
I mean top 15, 20. I feel like they went down a little. But definitely someone who can definitely rise the defense in the next upcoming years and definitely made the defense a little better from his sophomore jump. It's Harold Landry, as he had 12 tackle for loss and 14 QB hits in his second year, along with 9 sacks and 70 tackles. Which I think is pretty good. Um,
Solid numbers.
those are solid numbers by a guy who no one talks about at all. Um, Definitely a very underrated player, honestly.
numbers are pretty similar to Jordan Jenkins.
Yeah, they are. And no one talks about either of them. All right, so now for the Indianapolis Colts, we have Marlon Mack, who is a smaller guy at running back, I'd say. I mean, he's pretty average, but a little bit smaller, 6 foot 210. Definitely a faster running back. I mean, you look at him before these past 2 seasons, his rookie year, he wasn't that good, but this year he was an 1,000 yard rusher with 8 touchdowns, 6, 7 first downs, 4.4 yards a carry, which I want to say was
What
top 15.
average?
Yes, yeah, but top 15. I mean 77 yards a carry, which is pretty good. And then he added like 80 yards in the pass game. Which yeah, he didn't have any reception touchdowns, but that guy's still good.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why they even drafted a running back like pretty early in the draft.
I
Jonathan
mean,
Taylor when he had like best year.
yeah, I don't think you need a running back. I mean, you definitely need your first, second round pick and Michael Pittman to be alongside. I mean, that's definitely going to be a very stealthy offense with Rivers, a veteran quarterback. People say he's bad, but he'll definitely do good this year with a good running back and a good receiver.
That's
Um,
an underrated offense.
yeah, their offensive line is one of the best in the league. It's been one of the best in the league. So Philip Rivers is like,
Yeah,
I mean, you got the best offensive line in the league, Quentin Nelson. I mean, that's not debatable. Um, so yeah, I definitely could see. Just, oh,
and they even got DeForest Buckner this year too.
I mean, they implemented the seventh seed this year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely see Indiana, I mean Indianapolis, sorry, slipping into that seventh seed with just all the pieces they threw together. For the Cleveland Browns, we have Joe. I want to say Sherbert. I don't know, just Joe.
Show, I think.
Wait, what? How do you say it?
Schober.
Schobert, yeah, Joe Schobert, yeah. Um, definitely had a leap up in interceptions this year. I mean, everyone knew he was a tackling linebacker, great at that. Um, but he definitely involved some of the run game in this year with 7 tackle for loss, 4 QB hits, 9 pass deflections, and he added 2 sacks. Not really a sack guy, but still, those 4 interceptions really stand out, and 133 tackles too. Crazy.
Yeah, if you put all these numbers combined with every linebacker, that he's probably a top 10 linebacker for sure.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he did get an extension from Jacksonville this year, I believe, right? Or no, I mean, no, he got a new deal from
Yeah,
Jacksonville
yeah,
this year.
he got a
It
pretty big
was like a
contract.
5 year contract, I think something like that, or 4 year. Yeah, he could definitely turn Jacksonville around. I feel like with that defense falling apart, he might be able
Yeah,
to be a
he's gonna be the
captain.
leader of that defense.
Yeah. All right. So for the Kansas City Chiefs, this might come as a surprise, but we have Damian Williams, nicknamed Playoff Damian because he definitely is a playoff player.
Sure,
Now his regular season stats might not be great, but
and
he
he's
had
a very good
711 yards. With 7 touchdowns total. I see why. I mean, number one, they didn't run the ball that much. Only 111 rushes. Derrick Henry had 300 rushes, so those are two very different numbers. Then when he was only there for 6 games, so 498 yards in 6 games, actually not that bad. He said he was there for 11. Only started 6 games.
He
That's
was
not
hurt in
bad.
it too,
Yeah, it's not. It's honestly not bad. But go to the playoff stats for me, please,
right here.
bro. 6 touchdowns in the playoffs. You want to replace this guy? I mean, yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I get it. You could, I think you should split carries between both of them, but definitely don't cancel this guy out. He had 6 touchdowns in the playoffs last year, which definitely he was almost a playoff MVP. He got a long touchdown in the Super Bowl. He's definitely a great player.
Yeah, big part of the pass game too.
They should start running the ball more. I don't know why they don't run the ball as much.
I mean, when you have Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, they don't
I
even
mean,
care about running.
yeah, they won almost every game, like 12-4, like 11-5 or some shit. All right, so for the Las Vegas Raiders now, they have a very underrated rookie at defensive end in Max Crosby. Definitely has he's an edge rusher. Definitely has very good size. He is 6'5", 255. He's a very quick guy. Um, Only started 10 games this year, but had 10 sacks, which is crazy for a rookie. 14 QB hits.
16 tackles for loss, 4 pass defense, 4 forced fumble. See that here's a little hot take
Oh
here.
no 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 no.
My man Max, I mean, yeah, Nick Bosa was the second pick. I'm not saying he had a bad year, but if you look at the stats here, Max Crosby got snubbed for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Loki. I
The only
mean,
Bosa beat him in QB hits, but like everything else, Crosby had him.
yeah. I mean, they could definitely make a case for that. I feel like.
But like since you're on the Raiders, like they didn't do good last year,
Yeah,
you, it's a
no.
you get snubbed.
I definitely think Nick Bosa's. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare him. I mean,
Like Max Crosby might be their next Khalil Mack.
I don't know about that because he's not like Khalil Mack. He's like, he might be actually. I mean, definitely I could see it keep
You
on
never know.
uprising in sacks. He's gonna start every single game this year probably if he stays healthy. And he might get more forced fumbles than he did last year. So
Yeah,
definitely a really good player. I'd so for Justin Simmons, in my opinion, I'm saying it right now, a top 5 safety in the league. Call me crazy, at least top 5. You could throw him else, you could throw him wherever else you want him. But if you scroll down to his stats, he no one I didn't even know who he was till the end of the season. Okay. 15 pass deflections, 4 interceptions, 93 tackles, 2 tackle for loss. Yeah, but that's fine.
solid numbers.
With a 40, I think it was 43 passer
Yeah,
rating
like
allowed.
if you look at the sweaty stats here,
That is
see
K.
43 pass rating when
With
he's in coverage.
179 air yards allowed. With 52 completion percentage, which is very good.
Yeah, look at the difference from 2018 to 19.
I mean, 10
Huge differences.
yards after catch, only 109 yards. Is that a lot? I don't think that's a lot. Yards after catch. 109.
That's probably good.
I
I mean,
mean,
the first year he had, 2018 he had 260, so that's definitely got to be good.
yeah, it's probably. But I mean, he's definitely very good. Did he win any? Wait, was he on like any All Pro teams? Probably the second, right?
No, I don't think he was.
He wasn't even on third.
I don't think he was like on any list.
Oh my God, I feel so bad.
Because
My
I
guy's
think the
getting
first team, I think like Tyrann Mathieu made it or something.
correct. It was Tyron and Jamal who were the safeties who made it, and then second was I have no clue. I
Yeah, Justin Simmons, like top 5 safety right now. He could even make a case if he has a good year this year to become like an elite one.
I mean, you could make the case right now. These top 3. All right, so for the last player in this video, this might come as a surprise, but we actually have Tyrod Taylor as the most underrated player on the Chargers. Now, I think, like he did, he can lead a team to the playoffs because he does not turn the ball over that much. Definitely he, doesn't score as much TDs as other quarterbacks do, as the very good quarterbacks do. Um,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not going to give you like insane passing stats, but he's going to give you like some touchdown. He ain't going to throw picks. Like he's going to make he throws a lot of like like safe passes.
some duds. Yeah.
But like let's look at his rushing stats though.
You get to these rushing stats.
Like
I mean,
500 rush yards these few years and 420.
yeah, I mean, and definitely on the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, that team, I don't think Herbert's going to start yet. I think he'll start second year. I think Tyrod's a good person to learn behind, even though they're 2 whole different quarterbacks. I think Herbert should not start this year yet, and I think Tyrod should start, and then I'll give him.
I mean, let's just ignore these playoff stats. Let's act like that's not there.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying he can do anything in the playoffs. I say he can lead to the playoffs. I'm not saying he's going to do anything in the playoffs.
Like,
He probably won't do anything, but
like this Chargers team is going to be the best team he's played with.
oh,
Like, like
oh.
that year you made the playoffs, the Bills. I mean, I was hyped, but like they didn't deserve to make the playoffs that year, really.
I mean, yeah, they only did it because like
The
the
offense was
Bengals
like horrible.
and the Bengals literally made a miracle
So,
that
I mean,
year.
yeah, it was a great moment. They ended that playoff drought, but like Tyrod, I actually liked him. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
once again, he didn't put like, like he never had like 300 pass yard games, but like
He never
know,
turned over the
he
ball
he
really
he,
much.
he did his job and he never complained. Even when they benched him for Peterman that year.
Yikes! Is
Uh,
that the game he threw for 5 interceptions?
yep. And then he came in after when like the second half of that game, Tyrod he did way better.
Yeah. I mean, I think
You
Nate
know,
Peterman's on what team? What team is he on?
I think the Raiders backup now or third
Low?
whatever.
I mean, he should start over Carr.
Actually, no, I think he's the third string since
He should
Marcus is
he
there.
should, he should start over Carr.
All I'm saying is Tyrod is gonna. I feel like he's gonna. If he starts the full year, I think he can surprise people.
I think he could bring top MVP. I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a
You
joke.
know,
That was a joke.
Keenan Allen and Mike
Wait,
Williams. You know, they'll put
that
some numbers.
wait, they call him T-Mobile. That's low key a cool
Hmm.
name. That's a catchy name. I'll give him that.
And him in the
Yeah,
backfield with Austin Eckler too.
100%. So yeah, I think that'll wrap it up here. Definitely next video we'll be getting you another film video where we break down a player and compare him to someone else in the NFL. Yeah, I think that's it, Nick. So
Also about Tyrod here though, he had a Pro Bowl season and he got a Super Bowl title.
who do you win the Super Bowl with?
The Ravens. When he was just chilling on the bench.
I think that'll close it right there. Anything you want to say, Nick?
I don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so I think that'll end it for the video. We had another video, so this will be out on Saturday. We have another video coming out on Monday. And yeah, A&M will come out on Wednesday, but that no one talk about that.
Next week we'll go back to our normal film breakdown videos.
Yes, 100% normal film breakdown. We just want to do a cool series because we thought you guys would like it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next video. And Nick and Joseph from out. Peace.